I know it's real.
Marvel's biggest fanboys here, Reece and Ivo. We just saw Endgame.
Hey.
We'll let you know when it's spoiler time. We're also no rating, just like with Infinity War.
You cannot sit in the middle, you must pick a side.
You either think it did its job as what it's supposed to do, or it didn't. What side do you think we're on?
Where do you fucking think we're
I
at?
didn't want to be on this side! I tried, I sat there, I was like, yes! Do it, Marvel! 3 hours! And this is all they did.
I felt like I received nothing.
The first half of this movie, which is an hour and a half, was like the weirdest shit. Ugh, dude, I don't even understand, like, why have so much buildup in Infinity War to just like not do anything with it? You could have trimmed so much of this fucking movie.
Yeah, some of the scenes they drew out for the emotional value and to really put you into this new world of dark and gloomy, which I appreciate. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel this dark emotion coming over me. You know what I felt? I felt heat coming over my body as I was sitting through an hour and a half of just a very slow climb to what, you know, is the climax.
The movie tries to like show the repercussions of Thanos' snap, but it's kind of hard to feel for the characters when they're still making jokes. It's like this ugly fucking mix of just a bunch of tones that don't work. There's some funny scenes in particular with Thor, no spoilers yet, but like it was hilarious.
You can tell it's the directors are trying to please two levels right here, children and adults. And then when they mix in the middle, they don't really mix. Decide which route you want to take. You want to actually make this dark and make it a good movie, or do you want to make it light and go the opposite way and poop on
Play
it?
it safe. Like years of movies, all this buildup, and we get this safe fucking ending. We get this safe story, the safe plot, bunch of plot holes. Let's talk about the acting too. Not much improvement from Infinity War.
We haven't had, the acting's been the same for the last like 4 years.
People can't actually perform, they're just making jokes on set, improvising.
The comedy didn't feel as heavy-handed as it did in Infinity War. I'll say that. Good job. You can still tell there's a lot of moments where the comedy just fucking misses 3 times in a row and it's out of there. You can feel it. It's awkward.
It's Endgame! We're supposed to be fucking nearing the climax of the movie and the characters are acting like they're in the first Avengers movie. Did we really need this many Marvel movies to get where we are right now?
No.
Let's talk about the CG. We talked shit about it in Infinity War. Not much has changed here. The first time you see Thanos in this movie, it was like they didn't finish his CG. He looked better in the ending of the movie, but the first time you see him, it was like pre-alpha footage of his CG, like the house. It was like, what the fuck is this? Groot looks shit too. Anytime there's a character in like a suit, Iron Man suit, a floating head, we made fun of it. It was the same.
The fights themselves, I don't care.
Weightless. There was one fight scene where the camera didn't cut 1,000 times, and that was with Hawkeye. There's some choreograph here. But that was like, that lasts for about like 2 minutes.
And it's for Hawkeye.
Yes, okay, great. Thanks, Hawkeye.
Disappear, go. Thanos. Let's talk about his actual character, his writing. He has degraded as a character and as a villain from Infinity War in just every aspect.
They teased him for like dozens of movies, built him up in Infinity War to just
do
that.
To do doo-doo.
Like he was the one part in Infinity War. I was like, yes!
He was the one part in this movie that I was actually looking forward to.
Like, what are they gonna do with Thanos? No, you did that. Well, fuck you, man! Why is nobody talking about the problems with this fucking movie? There's so many.
Hey, Evo, just learn to have fun, okay?
God damn it. I knew walking in there's gonna be fan service, right? I knew it. It's coming full circle. I understand what the story was trying to do. But again, it's just too much of it to the point where it's like, fuck off. If I want to be fucking pandered with fandom, I played Metal Gear Solid 4. Most of the scenes were forgettable. There's supposed to be tense moments, right?
Director vision. Nil.
This movie has no personality.
I counted, there was 3 cool shots. They were all computer generated, so there's really no talent in that whatsoever. No points to cinematography.
The ending, again, just safe.
Very unsatisfying.
Are you really just gonna do that?
Yeah, I had what I wanted them to do, and then I was ready for what they were gonna do, and then they did this. I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? I didn't prepare for that.
Come on. After the pause button, that was Infinity War, I thought Marvel was gonna be like, make some big risks. Let's push people to the limits. This is what we get. And you guys are proud of this? You're like, this is, yep. You know, after watching like fucking 20 movies, this is how it ends, and you know what?
We've all been here since 2008.
A collective budget of $1 billion.
Oh my God.
Hundreds of people working on this. Fucking all the time in the world, all the writers, all the potential, and they sat in a fucking room and did this. Its tentacles are trying to please everybody that it excels at nothing. Serviceable schlock for the mass media to indulge themselves.
Once they realized what they had and the power of their property, Marvel just fucking went down the toilet, man. man.
Like, well, if you don't like it, fuck off. Fart on your fucking asshole and shit down your neck, dude.
I'm really unsatisfied by this. Been here since 08. I really wanted it to be good. This is what we get, and it's still gonna get praised. It's still gonna get trillions, and it just sucks.
Let's just start going to spoilers.
Yes, fuck.
Spoiler time.
section. Watch out.
Let's talk about the only 2 deaths in this movie called Endgame. We already knew Tony Stark was gonna die. Oh my, can we talk about his death? I loved how they just took away all the tension from his death by showing the camera to Doctor Strange's face for like 5 minutes to signal to the fucking audience like, Tony Stark's gonna die. Because Tony Stark, I know I'm gonna die. It just takes away the momentum of the scene.
And who's there to hold his hand as he takes his final breaths? Is it Captain America, the one that's been by his side the whole time? Nah, it was Spider-Man. And after Spider-Man, it was Pepper Potts.
His connection with Robert Downey Jr. in that one movie was so good. I loved how he was like, I want to be like you. And he's like, no, step aside, Uncle Ben.
There was 2 big things I was going to in this movie. I wanted Thanos to be awesome, and I wanted Tony Stark's death to be an emotional toll on me. I wanted to actually feel it, and I did not feel it. And don't say it's because I'm just like a cold-hearted bastard. I was open to it, and at no part of it was I like, oh man, he's actually dying. And no, I was just pissed off the whole time because Peter Parker's there.
The movie relied so much on the nostalgia of the viewers rather than the actual directing and editing of the film itself to create its moments. Scarlett Johansson also dies, same way Gamora dies, but it's even less impactful. Her and Hawkeye are like fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting.
I want to die. No, you die. No.
It almost kills both of them.
God.
That whole scene was, one, it was ridiculous, 2, it was stupid, and 3, it was dumb. You guys know we've been here before, right? And it was done way better. One of the better scenes of Infinity War was when Thanos tosses Gamora off. It's because they built the emotion.
And it builds not only Gamora's character, but more importantly, Thanos' character. Let's go more in depth about Thanos and how much we fucking hated his character.
Yeah.
He dies, he gets smoked. And then the Thanos from pre-Infinity War is now the Thanos. So he has no connection to Tony Stark. The dialogue they had in Infinity War, the buildup of the relationship is gone.
Dunzo.
Everything is gone. He is just a blank slate.
We're back to negative square one with this guy. Everything you loved about Thanos in Infinity War is completely wiped away. And you can tell they try to spice up his dialogue, but you can also tell the difference between Thanos' dialogue in Infinity War and the shit dialogue he had in Endgame.
He was so just one-sided. Even his death, he just turns to the dust. He's like, oh. Dude, he doesn't even kill anybody. Iron Man kills himself. He doesn't do shit.
The fight between Thanos, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, just the 1-on-3. Thor still has Stormbreaker, and if you remember from Infinity War, as soon as he threw Stormbreaker at Thanos one fucking time, he almost killed the motherfucker. Realistically, that fight should have lasted 5 seconds. You have a Thanos without Infinity Stones, and a Thor with Stormbreaker and his other hammer.
Well, Thor's fat as fuck. He's not in his prime.
Doesn't matter. He's the god of thunder. He has the strength. If anything, the fat gave him more strength.
Let's talk about Captain America getting Thor's hammer. Oh, you know. Why can't you just leave that as like a little ambiguous thing, you know? They did it so well in Ultron, you know? It's like you just a little tug, like, ooh, you know, ooh. But like, oh, they just showed it in your face in this movie. It's like he knows how to do the light commands, lightning. He does
some questions are just better left unanswered, and this movie just went ahead and answered it, and you're just like, okay, well, you fucking ruined it. Thanks,
like,
guys.
oh.
Yeah, they're right in the movie. Oh, fuck, guys, Captain America didn't do anything in this movie. What do we do? Give him Thor's hammer.
You've seen Battle of the Five Armies? You know, when they all just show up and start fighting, you have no investment in anything because you can't really see any of the characters. There's so many cuts. And like Thanos has his army, and then Khanzaa shows up, and Spider-Man, and Pepper Potts shows up.
Potts and her Iron Lady suit.
Everyone's
doesn't
fighting.
Make sense. That's stupid.
Make sure everyone gets their screen time, even though no one's actually doing shit.
And then even then, there's still several characters that had 0.1% screen time.
Half the people that come back to help should have just stayed dead.
Captain Marvel, folks.
I loved her haircut.
Every single line they gave Brie Larson was just, I hated it. I get it. Huh? Don't look at my breasts, look at my eyes, look at my power, okay?
There's a reason they keep on rebooting her character. I've said it before. She's shit. The character's garbage.
I feel like Captain Marvel's already dead. Comment on this video and tell us that you love Captain Marvel and you love her presence in this movie. Please.
Remember when she blew up the ship in Captain Marvel, like she blew up Thanos? That was so cool. When she just came in and just cut all the tension from the already tensionless film by just destroying everybody. That was the best part. I loved it because it was so like her character. Do you think she'd come back and just like have some more skill? But she's fighting like how she was in Captain Marvel, which takes place like 20 years from now. Like, let's talk about the biggest plot of the point of the movie is time travel. A lot of plot holes, a lot of inconsistencies. And when they're all doing their separate things, they all come back at the same time, even though they spent different amounts of time in the other time periods. But they all somehow manage to come back at the same time.
Yep.
Even though Yep.
This movie attempts to explain time travel, everybody.
Marvel.
Let's just,
Oh, I
guys.
saw Back to the Future.
The present that you leave is the past, and when you get there, it's your new present, but it's your new past. By the way, I'm a good-looking Hulk now.
God, we didn't even talk about Hulk. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, like a little segue?
We can now, yeah. It was just so weird.
I didn't really care for the whole Hulk Bruce Banner. They finally figured out their emotional problems. They're a good couple now, but I don't like what they did with it.
And Hulk doesn't do shit in this movie either. He gets the...
Again,
he does the Infinity Gauntlet, which is cool. Gets a snap, good job, Hulk, and that's it.
Another thing, Hulk's like, trying to do it, they finally does it. Tony Stark gets it, he's like,
I'm Iron Man.
Yeah,
At least Evangeline Lilly came back. It was great to see her on screen. I loved her. She's looking as beautiful as ever. Evangeline, you're the reason I didn't walk out of the theater because I knew I'd see you eventually. If you're watching this, I do love you.
no one gives a fuck about Thor 2, and that's what this movie went back to.
It tried to make
you
it It's like, please, remember this movie?
That section didn't work, but I did find slight enjoyment when they went back to New York and they're fighting. Captain America's little dialogue with himself, like, that was a comedy that I enjoyed. I liked that. They had room to play with comedic ideas and just fun little bits.
Time travel shit was fun, but like, it was just too much fun.
Again, Thor's the best character in the movie.
Chris Hemsworth, great execution of his dialogue, even though the dialogue itself wasn't good. He delivered his lines really well, and it was funny. Why was War Machine so apparent in this film? He should have stayed a cripple after Civil War.
He should have died in Civil War.
They can't even kill off characters that deserve to die, like in a movie called Endgame. Captain America's arc at the end was lazy and safe. Okay, you have a good life
You want me to tell you about it? I don't think I will. And now Thor is with the Guardians. Thor's with the Guardians. Falcon is gonna be the new Captain America with a shield.
God.
I hope that's not the case because
That was so deserving.
Falcon is a shit character that has done shit since he came into the MCU. If anything, it should have went to Bucky.
Like, the movie is so surface level that the audience knows what's gonna happen 10 minutes before it actually happens.
Yet they still react with like awe.
Like, they're still
Oh my God.
surprised. Like, wait, wow! Fucking Feige fuck. We're huge DC fanboys.
Yeah, they paid us good money to say all this shit, man.
We
Count
love
more
Shazam.
stacks.
We loved it so much. I keep on saying it. I'm gonna say it again. This is unacceptable. With a budget of this fucking scope, the manpower, Disney and Marvel fucking each other, you cannot have this. When you have First Man winning the Oscar for special effects with a budget of like 60 million, and you have Endgame and Infinity War, each with a budget of like 400 million, having CG that looks like fucking crayons is like this. It blows my fucking mind. If you think this is the best they could have done with the money they had and all the resources, you're just a part of the problem. You're the reason these movies don't strive to do more of themselves. You just sit there, give it a fucking great score, you suck your own dick, you suck your friend's dick who agrees with you, and you walk home with comedy. I remember seeing Iron Man just being fucking blown. I remember seeing Guardians and being like, why? Yes. I remember seeing Winter Soldier and be like, they can also just make a good movie? This is how this era of Marvel ends.
Doesn't end.
Oh yeah.
Until Far From Home ends, you dork. To you people that have been there since Hulk and Iron Man, like, you're happy? No, I used to be where you were. And they never, ever changed. They figured out the formula.
We're not even like thinking that hard.
No, that's the thing. We're not even trying to dig into this movie. It's just like, oh, there's a problem. Oh my God, there's another. Holy shit, I didn't realize that we're standing in a pile of feces. I honestly don't know anymore. Like, honestly, I think people will continue to just fucking suck it.
Hey, you know what? It was actually kind of fun. They're gonna be saying the same shit for like the next 20 years as Marvel shovels out the same bullshit.
I don't feel like I saw the end to the superheroes. I don't feel satisfied.
98% of the fucking population of the world is gonna love this movie. And we're just in the minority, I guess. Cause
as usual, please tell us why you love this movie. Support your claims.
now people got upset over Infinity War, like they took it personally. Like, just shut up. We're talking about movies. I'm not making fun of your mom. I'm not personally insulting your fucking IQ. It's subjective. We wish we were with you. We want to be having fun and being happy with you guys, but we're not, and we're not gonna fake it. Yeah. All right, we'll see ya. We love you guys.
Bye.
Endgame sucks. I'm joking.
His CG was less than amazing. Wow, can I suck your dick, sir?
Only if you want to be in a lifeless product. Oh, fuck.